Hello, hello, hello. How are you? This is Els coming to you from Bemis Crafty Corner, and today I have a viewer request. But I have to be honest, I could not bring myself to do what is being done, okay? I had to completely wipe the slate on it. So what I'm talking about are these document folders. You know, where it's just like this big piece of paper and it's got papers in it and you attach it at the bottom and then it's folded up and you can stick it in a journal. And I've watched probably 10 or 15 of these videos, and every single one of them uses just paper that is, you can't write on it, you can't journal on it, you can't do anything with it. It's book pages and advertisements and junk mail. I saw one lady putting an old bill in there. Her bill wasn't very old. Last year's electric. And I just thought to myself, why? Like, that's craziness, okay? So, we're going to do it, but we're going to do it in a way that actually makes it functional and usable, okay? So, I'm going to get out some supplies, give you a list, and then, you know, we'll get started on this one. I'll be right back. Okay. So for this one, some ribbon. Wallpaper. I like wallpaper. You can use any paper you want, but I like to use wallpaper for this. Your eyelets and your punch. If you don't have eyelets, you can do this with brads if you prefer. For the closure, a piece of scrap file folder and about a 1-inch circle punch. You're going to want a pencil, a ruler, I don't know why those are there, some adhesive, scissors, and your paper trimmer. And then you're going to want some assorted papers that you can actually write on, okay? So let's take a look at what we're going to be doing. We're going to be making this, okay? And as I said, everybody I've seen do this has put paper in here that is like advertisement. You can't do anything with it. So what I did is I put in an assortment of papers that you can actually write on, you know? So we're going to get out some of those, and we're going to do this. Also something for the inside if you want, if you're using the wallpaper, they typically have like labels and stuff on them. So if you want to cover that up, some other kind of paper, okay? So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to get the wallpaper up, clear some things off the desk, and we'll go ahead and cut this and get ready to go. I'll be right back. All right, I pulled a couple of pieces of wallpaper that are, I think, you know, within the limit here. And what we're looking for is a piece that's 9.5 inches long. I'm just going to clean up that edge, and then we're going to take a look at this and see if this one's going to be long enough. Ooh, just barely. Okay, so this one's 9.5, and I'm going to clean up this edge as well, just to get it straight. And I'm going to do this about 6 inches wide, because that will fit in just about any journal that I make. All right, and we'll go ahead and we'll cut a couple of these.
Give me your best cookie toilet advice. You should end the series. Hey monkey, you want a banana?
9.5. Let's see if this one will do it. That's right at 9.5 by 6. Let's do 6.
Banana.
Okay.
That's why I help.
All right, so that's going to be our outside cover. Now, you do not need to score this. You can, but you don't need to. What you want to do is you want to fold up the bottom about 1.25 inches. And then you want to fold the top about 1.5 inches to 2 inches down. And then you want to fold this so that it is just underneath. So that your bottom is just barely underneath your top, okay? And then this is not totally straight, so I'm going to straighten this. All right. Let's see how the other side is. The other side's pretty good. All right. So again, you're going to come up about 1.5 inches, 1.25 inches here.
Just dig out this giant hole.
About 1.5 inches at the top.
Yeah, I think it's cooler when it's like that.
And then fold it in half so that your bottom is just a hair under your top. Okay? And then clean up the edge if you need to. Alright, so now once we have all those done, now we're going to talk about the paper that goes inside. But before we do that, we're going to go ahead and build our snap piece. Alright, so we're going to take our piece of file folder. We're going to take, you can do one if you want to. I like 2. And you can do these, you know, with the 1 inch, or if you want, you could even do this with a 1/2 inch. Let me grab the 1/2. If you like the smaller look, you can use these as well, okay? But I'm going to use these 2, and all I'm going to do is glue them together and set them off to the side so that they dry. Because I want this to be nice and thick, okay? So I'm going to put these off to the side, and then I'm going to clear stuff, and we'll be back. We're going to get the paper, and we're going to start looking at paper to put inside of our document envelopes, okay? I'll be right back. Paper! I have some blank parchment, some linen, I have some flower paper, and some pink lined paper, and we've got a couple of different sheets of ledger paper, and just some plain paper, and more plain paper that actually has lines on both sides. So, our sleeve is 6 inches wide, so we don't want our paper to be any more than like 5.5. So we're going to cut these all down to 5.5. All right, let's see. And this one is actually signature, so I'm going to cut that signature part off. There we go. That way, we can use one of those. And I want to cut off that edge over there because it's the line doesn't go all the way across, and so it would look a little odd. So we're going to take that one off. And this one, about 5.5. Take that off. And length doesn't matter here. Okay? Let's see. That's within our 5.5. This one's just a hair over. that's no good. Hold on. That was no good. There we go. So I'm going to take the pink edge off on both sides. There we go. We'll put that one in. Do this one at 5. See, that's the thing. We can do these at different widths. They all don't have to be the same width. And then I think we'll do this one at 4. There. This one. Do it 4.5. Take this down to 8 inches. Okay, so now we have paper. We're going to get rid of this, and we're just going to decide, you know, how we want these stacked. And what I generally do is I put like a sort of blank one, and then, you know, like a tall one. Okay, so now I have my paper. I'm going to bring this over, and I'm going to put this in here. Tuck it down at the bottom just to make sure that it fits. And it does. It's just, you know, within the lines. And that's really what we're looking for, is for the paper to be just within the lines. Okay. So now I'm going to clip this. We're going to turn this over because we're going to be concerned with this length. I'm going to take my ruler, and my inside paper needs to be, let's see, about 7 inches. Okay, so now I'm going to decide, what am I going to put inside here? What's going to be my inside paper? And for this, I think scrapbook paper is kind of the best bet because it's lightweight. But honestly, if you don't care about this, don't worry about lining this. Okay? If you don't care about this writing, it doesn't matter. If that's the only place you have it and you just want to put something here, then just put a piece here. If you want to do the complete liner, you want to make sure that your liner comes down to about 1/4 of an inch from the bottom, and then you're going to do your folds. For this one, I think I'm just going to cover this piece. You know, these two sections. So I'm going to cut a piece that is 5.5 by 2 3/4 and 1 3/4. So I'm going to get that, and I'll be right back. I went ahead and I inked this. And we have to do the inside as well. And then we're going to go ahead and put this together, okay? So we're going to poke a hole about the midway here. We're going to get out our disc. We're going to, ready? We're going to take a piece of ribbon. Let me use this cream so that you guys can actually see what I'm doing here. So I have some cream colored ribbon. And I'm going to put this through the hole. Okay? Just about 1 inch, and then I'm going to hold it. Okay? Then I'm going to take my eyelet and put it through my disc, and then I'm going to put that through the hole. Now, it's going to be a little bit tight, but nothing you can't handle, okay? And then we're going to hold that out of the way, use our pliers to crimp this on just like we normally would. Okay, then we're going to cut that piece off. Okay, now that's on. This is in there, and we can cover this up using our inside liner paper. Grab my glitter glue here. Now, if you want to put a small piece of something over that to protect your paper from wear and tear, you could certainly punch a small piece and put it over it, okay? Entirely up to you. So you just punch a small piece or tear a small piece, doesn't matter, it's going to be on the inside. Cover that up so it doesn't go through your scrapbook paper. And then put that on. Okay. So now this piece, I always put it to the side, but you could put it to the top or the bottom, whichever way you want to. And then I'm going to put this piece in. Right here. I don't really need to do one down here, but I can if I want to. You certainly can. The next part of this is going to be deciding where we want our holes to be down here so that we can put our paper in. I'm going to grab my paper, my stecco paper. There we go. I'm going to make sure that I have these, you know, in the positions that I want, because I don't want them all, you know, over the place. I'm going to stick this in, push this up. Them nice and even in center, and then I'm just going to pop 2 holes at the bottom. Oh, about an inch, inch and a half apart. And then we're going to put the other 2 eyelets in, and we're going to do these from the outside in, because the inside is going to have the ribbon. You're not going to notice it, you know, as much. We get the second one. That one's going in. Now here's the thing. If you don't want these to be here permanently, then don't put these in. You can just tie this, you know, with a piece of ribbon. You can use any ribbon you want, you know. Here's a nice one. Okay. It's always a little bit of a problem trying to tie a bow, you know? Okay, there we go. We're gonna get the right ribbon. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna trim this. Trim that. Now comes the fun part. We're going to fold this up to our fold line. Okay? And we're going to fold this down on our fold line. Now these papers, we just want to fold within our fold line. If that's not going to happen, then we have to trim our height a little bit. Okay, that should work. Okay. fold our paper down. My bone folder. There's a lot of paper. And then we're going to fold this part up. Get that with the bone folder. And then we're going to bring this around. And then this just goes around and wraps around your button. Okay. Now, you can put this in a pocket. You can maybe on a front or back cover, something like that, you know. And you've got this cute little document paper folder that adds so much, just so much writing space into a journal. But this was a viewer request, and so I felt I needed to do it, but I couldn't do this the way that I'd seen it done. It had to be done for me in a way that said, hey, use this paper, you know? So, so this is what I came up with. Let's see. Measurements, as always, will be in the description box below. Let's see. If you have any questions or comments, make sure that you put those in the comment box below, or, you know, message me, whatever, and I will happily get back to you. Also, if you want to know what's going on in my digital world, go ahead and check out the community tab here on the YouTube channel, or go to the description box below and check out the links that are down there. They're going to take you to my Facebook group and where else? Some videos and things, some featured videos and things like that. So that's it. That's all I have for you. If you are inclined to, give me a thumb one way or the other. I don't care. Either way works for me. It's all interaction. What else? You could subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything. All right, that's it, guys. That's all I have for you. Till I see you again. Stay well, my friends. Bye-bye.